This is a really late video for February, um, but this message was coming in really strong for the overall theme and what to expect for this month and what you may or may not already been feeling if this video resonates with you. Self-mastery and what was the other word? Okay, yes. Self-mastery will help you build self-identity through the journey that you're moving through, self-remembrance. It will help you build a sense of self, essentially. And in that sense of self, you gain a remembrance of who you are. You're gaining momentum with who you are and the energy you embody and how you're creating with that energy by taking action and creating a ritual or a practice and putting that energy into projects or whatever you're wanting to accomplish in relation to your purpose and your path that you're feeling the calling to right now. And again, we have like many purposes and paths we can take, and it's about which ones do you want to prioritize right now. Where do you want the majority of your energy to go to have the highest output? And when I say highest output, it's about how can we basically show up for ourselves? How can we continue to work on what we know we're being asked to and be productive and start practicing a healthy habit and taking action so that eventually it will turn into a practice or a ritual that you are already doing to better yourself. And there's a what's the word, like a diamond in the rough. There's a treat within all of this, and it's that a lot of times, again, we search for ourselves outside of ourselves, and we can build an identity around a job and the title that that job has, or the income, what you can afford with that income. And it can be very much so built on the ego. And for a lot of people right now, as you are awakening, as you're going through your own ego deaths, as you are becoming aware of your own patterns, your own corruption, your own darkness, we have to have this mindset to peel back those layers, to actually move through them. And you see a higher importance of, but who am I? And starting these practices and starting this self journey where you are prioritizing yourself and you are putting your energy into aspects of yourself because you're taking time to get to know all of yourself. I'm going to take that honk as a sign if it recorded in the video. Made me lose my train of thought though. What was it? Oh yes, as you are taking the time to invest in yourself energetically, there's a multi-dimensional, a multi-faceted part of ourselves that we're able to connect to. We're not just one energy doing one job or one thing. There's so many other components to us, and when it's not built from the ego and it's built through your own routines and practices that are fueled by your energy and what you are passionate or feel drawn to, and actually taking time to carve out like a sculpture. It's like we're being handed clay right now, and it's like, what will you create with this? With the time and energy you have, or will you wait until that clay is now dried out and it's even harder to move through, harder to sculpt? Why do we always need to work through such resistance? And there's this consciousness right now, especially with this Aquarian energy moving into Pisces and with the portal on the 22nd of February, where there's such a higher, easier way to remember our flow and to remember ourselves and to create from that source. That is the consciousness that is available right now. It's a very inflow, higher consciousness that is like here, This is a much easier way to go about this. Lots of breakthroughs, lots of realizations, and lots of energy to actually do the things that you're thinking, to finally physically make it tangible, and taking those baby steps, not focusing on just the end goal, but actually taking the time to chip away at all of your passions, chip away at all of the things you're doing, taking the time outside of your work and allowing yourself to spend more time in your inner world, taking the time for yourself, and the prioritization of the self is kind of the message that was coming through. So that you can refine, refine, refine. And then you realize, like, oh, like, we're the sculpture, we are the work of art, we are building our inner reality as well. And that is created from our energy. And when that energy is aligned and in flow with what we're producing and putting out, our entire reality therefore changes, and it is built from within you. There is this inner knowing, and that treat is that inner confidence, that inner self-discovery, that I know who I am enough to now know my energy in relation to the world I'm existing in. So you're creating your own reality, your own planet, and then you get to share that with others instead of getting lost or merging. There's this time of almost like the hermit in the tarot, to really just tap into what you already know, sit with those feelings and what you're wanting to manifest and create and build and put into your reality by tapping into your quantum self. Tap into the version of you that knows it is already here, focusing on that potential so that you can start building a habit of redirecting how you're willing your consciousness, how you're willing your energy, so that you can be creating in a more aligned energetic state. So as it physically materializes, you're in alignment to not block yourself now, almost like a creative block or a creator block, to take action on what is being presented, because you're just so focused on your flow and your alignment and taking action and accountability for your energy, for your vibration, and working on that refinement, which is a lot. We're working on our energy, and we're also working on our physical body and all the requirements, as well as our emotional body and our mental body. Like, there's a lot going on right now, but I know many of you will resonate and have already been doing this type of work where it's just finally about integrating. It's like, it's finally here and it's finally happening, and now is the time to really embody it and allow yourself to embody it. A lot of light workers and people who are awakening now are really diving into what's not serving them, what is the past story, and allowing yourself to finally